Okay, so say now the quantity is, so now my quantity is, I just entered 1. So now let's see what the price is. So the price is $100 now. Okay, the net price is 98 because your net price is the price minus discounts. Okay, so that's why you're seeing net as 98, but your PR00 actual price is 100. Now let me change the quantity to 150. Okay, now let me go into the pricing again. Now if you see, the price here is $90. Okay, so that's how you maintain scales. And condition table is a combination of fields which form the keys. You cannot add, this is false. You can add fields to the field catalog. Actually this is kind of very advanced ST, and I'll give you a document. I'll not discuss this in the class because it's more of a programmatical thing. So an ABAPer will have to do it if you are going as a experienced consultant. So in interviews or in the project side, they expect you to at least know the process, what you have to do. Okay, so I'll put that in a document and I'll put it in the Dropbox. Which of the following are incorrect? Okay, the search strategy defines the sequence in which the condition records are found and read. So this is true. Okay, a search strategy is nothing but your access sequence. Each access performed using the access sequence is made using a condition table. This is true. An access sequence consists of only one condition table. So this is false. And this is true. A access sequence is assigned to a condition type. This is true. And an access sequence is assigned to a condition record. This is false. Okay, and then an access sequence must be set up from most specific to least specific. That is true. In pricing, what object stores the condition type and the sequence in which they are executed in the sales document. So this is the pricing procedure. Okay, pricing procedure stores the condition types and the sequence in which they are executed. Condition type determines the category of a condition and describes how it is used. The condition type contains all the rules and controls. Yeah, that is true. So the reason why actually I added that question is a condition type in a pricing so as you will see today, all the remaining basic functions, okay, all the remaining basic functions like text determination, all these guys also have the same condition technique, but one thing that is little bit different is in pricing condition type. Okay, you see a lot of controls for this condition type. Okay, so you see like number of controls here, but when we go to this material determination, okay, listing and exclusion, all these guys, and even free goods, all these guys, they also have a condition type, but they will not have these many controls. Okay, it's just a straight assignment from the condition type to the access sequence. Okay, but on the other hand, a pricing condition type will have a lot of controls. You can mark a condition type in pricing procedure as being, you can mark it as mandatory, manually entered, and statistical. So if you go to pricing, okay, so when you go to pricing procedures, this is the place where you, if you want to change the pricing procedure, this is where you do it. If you want to do the assignment with your sales area document pricing procedure, so this is where you do it. Okay, for now I am using the standard SAP one for you. So RVAO1 is the standard pricing type, standard pricing procedure. Okay, now if you go into it, go to controls. Okay, so if you see here, this is manual, so it says if it allows manual, and this is a required entry, and this is statistical. Statistical is when if you don't want to post something to the accounting, so that's when you tick this statistical. Okay, an example might be some companies in the pricing procedure, they maintain competitive prices. Okay, what is my competitor selling that for? Those types of things you don't need to post that into accounting. Those are generally added to the pricing procedure just for the information. Okay, so in those types of scenarios you check this statistical indicator so that it won't be posted into your accounting entries. Which of the following are types of routines that can be used in pricing? Requirement routine, alternate calculation, and condition based value. Okay, so you can also see them here: requirement routine, calculation, and condition based value. Okay, also the difference between these three is important. Requirement is an if condition. Only if this is satisfied, then this condition type will be executed. Okay, calculation type is when instead of using the condition records, if you want to write a custom formula, so that's when you use the calculation type. Okay, base calculation type is used when you want to change the base on which you are calculating a condition type. Okay, I think I gave you an example last week. Say, okay, you have a discount, you have a header discount, and that generally header discounts, they are actually divided. Okay, say you have a sales order like this. Okay, the line item 10, line item quantity, and let's also do the weight. Okay, the line item 10, 20, say the quantity is 20 and the quantity here is 40. Okay, the weight here is 4 lbs and 4 lbs. Okay, different materials. Say the header discount that you want to give total is $100. So when you apply a header discount, generally it splits up or prorates by the quantity. Okay, so in this case, without any calculation routine, the standard SAP, it splits up based on the quantity. Okay, so this guy gets 1/3 and this guy gets 2/3, so $33 and $66. Okay, your client might have a requirement saying that I don't want to give discounts based on quantity, but I want to give discounts based on weight. Okay, so you basically want to change the base on which you are calculating a condition type. So the client wants a discount, her expected discount is $50 and $50. Okay, so that in this scenario you write this condition this base calculation routine. So you write a formula here so that it will your ABAPer will be writing it, so you just have to give him the specs or the functional requirement. So then he will write this in ABAP. Okay, VOFM is the transaction code from which routines can be developed. Yeah, this is true. I just wanted you to remember that VOFM is the ABAP transaction code from which you can write the routines. Okay, so this is the place from which you can write when we discussed copy control. So this is the place from which you write those copying requirements. Okay, data transfer requirement and copying requirements. And requirements, pricing requirements, the first routine that I just discussed. Okay, formula is your condition value routine and condition base value routine. Okay, so this is one stop shop for all the routines. Okay, so this concludes the test, and actually I got some questions also yesterday, so let me quickly go through those. Okay, does one need to be logged into the target client in order to move the transport request? Yes. So okay, you have an architecture like this. 100 is your golden client, 200 is your development client, and this is your dev box. Okay, dev box, and 300 is your unit test client. Okay, you do configuration in 100. You, like how as we are doing, you create a transport request, save it, and then you come to 300 and you go to SCC1. Okay, you go to SCC1 in the target client. Okay, you enter the transport request number here. The source client will be your 100, and you do a test run, start immediately, and then you take out the test run, and then if you do the start immediately, then it will copy to your target client. Okay, in a pricing condition type, in what scenario would you use positive, negative for plus or minus field? So use positive, negative. So if it's a discount, you use negative, and if you say positive and negative, so it means that, say in case of returns the price will be negative, so it means that it can be both. Okay, so that's when you use positive and negative. And when the exclusion indicator flag is not selected in the access sequence, what options does the end user have? Exclusion, or there are other options as well? Yeah, so like one option is if you don't select the exclusion flag, the system it will automatically pull up multiple condition records. So if you do, one option is setting the condition exclusion. Okay, so one option is doing this exclusion, and the other option is it depends on the business requirement. If at a condition type level, you can give the permission to the user if he can manually change it, if he can delete any records that are determined. Okay, so if the business is okay with that, so if you go to here condition type, okay, in the condition type you will have what can be manually, changes that can be made. Okay, so if you select like this, or manual entry has priority or no limitations, so then the user, if there are multiple records determined, then the user will be allowed to change those. Okay, does the condition exclusion come into picture only when the exclusion indicator flag brings up multiple prices in the sales order? Yeah, I didn't get the question exactly, but it's actually the other way. So whenever the exclusion indicator is not set, the system it will go through all the access sequences. If not, it will find the first hit and it will come out of that access sequence. Okay, can a condition type can have both condition record as well as an alternate calculation type? Yeah, generally you won't, but even if you have something, the formula that you write, it will trump it. Okay, so that's from the formula actually you do the final assignment into the condition type. Are there any dependencies between requirement routine, alternate, and yeah, there are no dependencies between the three. These three are used for different requirements. Okay, in condition records, if one need to enter hundreds of records, is there any? Yeah. So if you go to VK11, VK12, anything is fine. Okay, so like if there are number of records, like you can directly copy paste from an Excel. That will allow you. And there are also some advanced tools, like third party tools for doing this pricing maintenance also. So you can do from that also. Or generally some clients, they develop custom Excel upload programs based on their required template. Okay, so that custom program will directly update this VK12 VK13 records. Okay, so any questions before I go into free goods? Okay, so let's start with the concept of free goods, which is a subtopic in pricing. Okay, so the free goods is used, it's a simple business scenario that all of us know. So say if a business has a requirement when the customer orders or buys 10 eaches. So whenever I refer eaches, it's SAP equivalent for pieces. So whenever the customer buys 10 eaches, I want to give two of them as free. 2 out of customer orders 10 eaches, 2 eaches are free. Okay, so this is a common scenario. So this is the free goods concept. Okay, there are two types of free goods that you can do. They are inclusive and exclusive. Okay, exclusive free goods is nothing but, okay, if you set up exclusive free goods, the customer will get 10 plus 2 more as free. So the customer will be billed for 10 and the remaining 2 are free. Okay, in inclusive free goods, so now it's intuitive. Okay, in inclusive free goods, the customer orders 10, he gets only 10. Customer receives 10 eaches, and out of those 2 are free. So the customer will be billed for 8. Okay, so those are the two different types in which you can set up free goods. Okay, so it's a common business process to supply certain goods for free or supply a portion of the order as free. Okay, so SAP supports two different types of free goods process, inclusive and exclusive. Okay, so the first one, as I discussed, is inclusive. In this scenario, the customer only pays for some of the free goods. Yeah, this is a mistake. Actually, the customer pays for some of the goods ordered, and the rest of the goods are given free of charge. I'll change this. I should take out the free here. The customer only pays for some of the goods ordered, and the rest of the goods are given free of charge. Okay, an example is customer orders 10 iPhones. If free goods are set up, only a part of them are billed to the customer, and the remaining are given free of cost. Okay, and the second one is exclusive. In this type, the customer pays for the goods ordered, and the customer receives greater quantity than ordered. So if he orders 10, depending on the conditions that you set up, the customer might receive 2 or 3, how many ever you want to give him. Okay, first let's see from an end user screen how the free goods are done, and then we'll go into the configuration. Okay, the path for creating the free goods records is logistics, sales and distribution, master data, conditions, free goods. Okay, I think the transaction code is VBN1. I don't even remember it. Yeah, VBN1. So you can either use the transaction code VBN1, or I don't recommend remembering all these transaction codes. So remember the menu path from where you have to go. Okay, free goods maintenance is done from VBN1. The menu path, the easy access menu path is okay. See, again, if you see, this is similar to the VK11 pricing records that we maintain. Okay, here it's asking, there it was asking for you for your condition types. Here it will ask you for the discount type. Later when I go to output determination, it will ask you for the output type. Okay, when I do material determination, it will ask you for that material determination type. Okay, but the concept is exactly similar. And like how I have PR00 in pricing, NA00 is the standard, NA00 is the standard free goods type delivered by SAP. Okay, so you just take that and say what is the material for which you want to give the customer, and the material for which you want to give the free goods. And as always, you can play around with the dates here. So say if you want to give these free goods only till next month. Okay, so you enter that, and so now this is the material, and what is the minimum quantity that I want to say. I want to do minimum of 1, and the same thing. So from 10, so from 10 eaches, 2 are free goods. Okay, so so this is where I am defining the free goods. From if the customer orders 10 eaches, 2 of them are free goods. Okay, so there are couple more controls here. So first let me show you the basic one. So if I go to change mode, I can just see like from 10 2 are free. Now let me go and create a sales order. Okay, remember you have to create the sales order for this customer only because my free goods condition type is for this customer and for this material combination. I maintain my free goods at a customer material level combination. Okay, and this is inclusive free goods. Okay, I don't know if you observed this, but just for showing to you, actually I did it this way. So whenever I enter the sold to party, earlier it was directly populating the ship to party number, but now it's giving you 2 options. Okay, because in the customer master record for this 100182, I added 2 ship tos. Okay, this also happens generally in your projects where for a single customer they'll have multiple ship tos, and when they actually enter the sales order, so they'll select to what ship to that they want to do. Okay, so now I want to ship my sold to party. The guy who is ordering from me is this AT&T think of it as AT&T headquarters in Richardson, and I want to ship to a store in South Lake, Texas. Okay, so that's why your sold to party and ship to party are different here. Okay, so I will say the order quantity is 20. Okay, it didn't determine any free goods, so let's see. Let me once go to the configuration. Maybe it's not activated. Okay, I'll come back to this configuration again. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so now if you see, my free goods is out of 20, out of every 10 I told 2 are free goods, and it is inclusive. Okay, so that's why when I entered a quantity of 20, the system is splitting up into 8 are free out of every 10. So because my order quantity is 20, 16 of them are billed to the customer and 4 are free of cost. Okay, now you might have a question: in the same sales order, the same material, how can these 16 are billed and the remaining 4 are free? Okay, so that's when it again illustrates the importance of an item category. Okay, the item category, it determines, like as I told, it determines the behavior of a material in a sales order line item level. Okay, now let's see the item categories for it. Okay, the way how you see the item categories is sales documents, item. Okay, go to define item categories. Okay, you know TAN is the standard. TAN is the standard pricing, but let's see what this TANN is. So you have to remember at least the standard ones. TAN is a standard item and TANN is a free of charge item. Okay, let me show you the comparison between TAN and... Okay, so observe for this TAN, the billing relevance is A and the pricing is X. Okay, pricing X is standard pricing. Now if you go to this guy, TANN, now if you see the pricing here is B, means pricing for free goods 100% discount. Okay, so that's how the system knows that it shouldn't bill the customer for these 4. Okay, now if you, let's observe the pricing. Select this or go to conditions. See here the quantity is 16 and the pricing is it calculated for this 16, and for the next one, okay, the price is the 4, the order quantity is 400, and it gave a 100% discount on the 4 because the item category on this is TANN, and you based on that item category SAP knows that it has to give a 100% discount. Okay, so if you are using your own pricing procedure, you have to include a condition type R100 for the free goods to work. Okay, you can include R100 or you can copy it and create a new one, but you have to include a 100% discount condition type for the free goods to work. Okay, remember that. So this R100, this condition type, it gives a 100% discount on it. So that's how the system knows that it shouldn't bill for this. Okay, now if you see the net value here is 0. Okay, so similarly let's see an exclusive. Yeah, the question is, when sending a customer some material samples, does the user enter the material and change the item category to tan? No, generally this tan is used specifically for free goods. If you want to do samples, there are different item categories for samples. So and actually even when you're creating a material also, you can create a sample material. So if you use that directly, when you create a sales order, the system, it will not do any pricing. Okay, so that's how you do it. If you go to your material master, and generally I am selecting finished goods, right? So if you select samples there and you create a sales order for it, it will be free of cost. Okay, so we did inclusive. Let's do exclusive now. Okay, it's simple. Again, just click on exclusive here, and don't confuse. So the one that you see at the top is the other view. Okay, so if it's inclusive here, it means that you are working on exclusive free goods now. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. Now for the same material, I want to do, out of every 10 I want to give 2 as free. And I want to do exclusive. So here if you see the free goods, this is where, okay, you can do inclusive, exclusive and inclusive rebate without item generation. I'll come back to this. Okay, let's do exclusive for now. It's still showing inclusive. Let me see. Okay, let's try to create the sales order. Okay, now if you see 1421, the customer ordered 10. So in this exclusive free goods he is getting 10, and along with it he is getting 2 more as free. Okay, so that's how this free goods work. Okay, and here one other thing is, you see this calculation rule. This calculation rule is how the system calculates the discounts. Okay, so say for example, I select this whole units. Okay, whole units is nothing but only, say here I entered my free goods as from 10, 2 are free. When I select this whole units, only when the quantities are 10, 20, 30, 40 it will work. Only when the quantity is a round figure of this from, only in that case it will work. If I enter 22, 32, it will not work. Okay, again these are routines. So depending on your client requirements, you can actually create these routines. Like prorata is nothing but it will just prorate it and round it. So even if I enter 22, it will give two of them as free. If I enter maybe 25 or 26, then it will give 3 of them as free. Okay, or rather 6 of them as free, because we are doing 2 out of every 10. Okay, so if you just hit F1, SAP will give you an example. Okay, say for example this is a scenario. Free goods quantity is 100 and additional quantity is 3. So it means that out of every 100, 3 are free. Okay, if your sales order quantity is 280, if you are selecting number 3 here, your calculation rule as 3, the free goods will be 0, because 280, your order quantity is not a multiple of this free goods quantity. Okay, so that's one calculation rule that you can use. And the other one is proportional. Okay, directly, if for every 100, 3 are free, for 280 how many? So it will be 280 divided by 100 into 3, and it will round it down, and you will get the corresponding free goods quantity. So that is calculation rule 1. Okay, and the other calculation rule is it will will take the lowest one. So your order quantity is 280, so it will take 200, and for 200 it will give 6 of them as free. So it will take the nearest multiple, which is 200 for 100, and for the 200 it will calculate the free goods. Okay, those are some of the standard routines that SAP gives for these free goods. Generally I have seen clients using the first one, prorata, and if a client has any weird requirement or anything, so you have to write again a VOFM routine on how you have to handle it, and then you need to add that rule here. Whenever you or the user who is maintaining the free goods, they have to enter the calculation rule here. Okay, so that is from an end user perspective, how you maintain free goods and how it's reflected in a sales order. Okay, let's go into the configuration behind it. Okay, the configuration is basic functions, free goods and pricing. Okay, the first one is again the same steps. Maintain field catalog. Okay, you'll check if you want to add any fields. Okay, so I want to maintain for a customer and material, and you can go to maintain condition tables and create any condition tables that you want. Okay, so like for all these, the namespaces of the tables are different. Okay, the table list that you see in pricing versus the table list that you see in free goods versus in material determination versus in account determination, all the tables are different. Okay, so I'll use this customer material. So like as I told, always you have to first look and see if the standard options that SAP gives you are sufficient or not. Okay, or if you want, you can only do it for material. Okay, and go to create, say create a table 600, and only for material. So this means that any customer who buys this material, he'll get free goods. Okay, package is for now I am entering a local object, but in your projects it should be some Z package that your developer will be giving you. Okay, so now if you see the table here is KOTN. Okay, for pricing it will be A tables. So for this here it will be KOTN. You don't need to remember it, but just showing you that it's a different namespace. Okay, now you created a condition table. The next step is you maintain the access sequence. Okay, like NA00 is the standard one, so let me copy it and I'll say ZA00. And the question is, would there be separate packages for different types of configuration or per user configurator? Yeah, generally the packages will be per project. So or in some places it will be by module, like all the SD stuff they will put in one package, all the stuff, it will be in a different package. Okay, now I created a new access sequence, so I'll just name it differently so that okay, now again the same steps. You select it, go to accesses, and I'll add one more entry here. Is 20 and table is 600. Okay, don't remember this step. You have to do this field assignment, otherwise your access sequence will not work. Okay, select it, go to fields. Okay, now your access sequence is done. Now the next step is you assign this access sequence to a condition type. Okay, you go to condition type. See, this is what I told you earlier. So compare this to the condition types in pricing. Okay, in condition types in pricing also you do this assignment. You assign your condition type to the access sequence, but along with this assignment, a condition type has lot of controls. But here it's a straight assignment. Okay, you might have you might ask why do you need a condition type? Then why can't you assign the access sequence directly to your free goods procedure? Okay, the reason is SAP they want to keep it consistent, so that's why even the condition type, even if it doesn't have much value here, to keep it consistent across the board, they use the same concept. Okay, so I say ZA00 is my condition type and ZA00 is my access sequence. And also, as far as possible, keep even in pricing, keep your condition type and access sequence names similar. Okay, no, not even similar, keep the names same. Okay, then the last step is maintain the procedure. Okay, so I'll copy it and I'll say ZA001. Okay, my condition type now is ZA01. Okay, now save it. Okay, that's it. Now you created a new free goods procedure. Okay, the same things. You created a procedure. That procedure has a condition type ZA00 and that condition type is assigned to an access sequence, and that access sequence has two condition tables listed in a sequential order. Okay, that part is done, but still remember the reason earlier why the free goods didn't work, because you have to activate free goods for your sales area. Okay, follow the steps to create free goods procedures and then activate it for the sales area. Okay, you go to your sales area and let me change it to ZA0. Okay, so that completes the free goods configuration. Okay, the next step will be same thing. You come to VBN1 or you go to easy access menu. Conditions, free goods, create, and you say your discount type is ZA00 and what is the level that you want to maintain at. Okay, say for this material the minimum quantity is your minimum free goods quantity. Out of every 100 eaches, one is free. Okay, now create a sales order. Okay, let me use a different guy. Okay, now if you see, because I am using a different customer, it didn't pick the first one. Okay, because I am using a different customer and material, so I maintained out of every 100 one is free, so that's why it prorated it and it calculated 148 and 2 for my quantity of 150. Okay, so that's how you do this free goods. And same thing, if I would have maintained free goods as 2 here, then it will do 150. It will do 150 plus 2. Okay, let's see. Let me put 3 here and let's see what will happen. Okay, it's giving me this message because there is not enough stock for this material. Okay, now if you see, it didn't explode it. Okay, so now for this 1421, I still have this free goods set up. Okay, I still have the free goods set up. Out of every 100 one is free, but here my free goods is okay. See here, the free goods category is, there are 3 types. Exclusive, exclusive. Okay, 150 plus 2 is exclusive. Inclusive is 148 plus 2, which is, it will show in a different line item. Okay, inclusive rebate without item generation is, it will show in the same line item, but it will bill for only 198 of this. Okay, now if you go to conditions here, if you go to double click and conditions, okay, so the price here is 130. Because I am using a different customer, it's picking a different price. So now 26,000 is the total condition value, but if you see, there is a free goods discount for 2 materials. Okay, 129 is the net value, and it gave a free goods discount for 2 of them, because we maintain an inclusive free goods without item generation. Okay, so it won't create a new item, but it will give the required discount. Okay, so these are the two things that you should know in this free goods. One is the free goods category, and the other one is the calculation rule, how you want the free goods to work. Okay, so I'll open up the line. If you have any questions or if you think I'm going fast, let me know. There is a lot of sound coming, so if you have any questions, just send a ping and I'll unmute you. Okay, that completes free goods, and next I'll start text determination, which is also a simple concept. So I hope the reason why I discussed pricing first is, if you understand pricing, all these are like cakewalk. Okay, in condition technique, pricing is the most complicated of all the processes that use condition technique. Okay, so now let's do text determination. Text determination, nothing but now let me go to customer master. Okay, VD02. I'll go to general data. Okay, so if you go to extras and text here, say you want to maintain a text. Okay, text is nothing but it's a free form. You can write anything. It will just open a Word document. So if I just double click here, it will open a Word document, and you are free. You can write anything. It's any free form of text. Okay, you might have a question. Why do you maintain? You might have a question, why do you maintain text in customer master? Okay, because customer master information you are not going to send it to anyone, right? Whereas your sales order, you send it to your customer in sales order confirmation. Okay, invoice delivery, you send it to your customers. Okay, the reason why texts are important and why they have to be maintained in customer master is because, say you have a repetitive text for a customer. Okay, for example, this customer has some special packing instructions. Okay, say for example, for AT&T, SIM card has to be put into the phone and then packed, as all the shipments directly go to AT&T stores. Okay, this is some packing instruction, or you can enter any type of packing instruction. And so the packing instruction, this has to be copied eventually into your delivery. Okay, because the guys who are doing the packing on the plant floor, they have to see this instruction. So you have two options. Either whenever you enter a sales order or delivery, you always go into your text tab and enter it, or since this is a repetitive text, so once if I maintain for this customer master, so I can configure it in such a way that whenever I create a sales order for this customer, okay, the text will be automatically copied into the sales order, and from there on it will be automatically copied into the delivery. Okay, so that's one reason. Or you may have some internal notes. Okay, you might have some internal notes saying like that customer is not in good credit, to watch out for every sales order that you want to create. Okay, because every sales order that you create, you are extending credit to your customer. Okay, this is a segue into our next topic, which is credit management, that I will be discussing. So credit management handles some of those features. Or if you want your sales order entry person to know any information about this customer, okay, so you can just create a text type here and you can enter that text. Okay, so once you do it in customer master, for every sales order that you create, the text will be copied. Okay, so similarly you will have text at general data tab. Okay, in general data you will have different types of text, and if you go to sales area data, same thing, extras texts, you will see different types of text here. Okay, so for example, for this customer, I have some special delivery instructions. Okay, whenever you are delivering to AT&T, say you have some special delivery instructions. Okay, so please take right at Megadino, come to the back entrance for delivery. Okay, the truck driver, eventually your truck driver has to know this, so that's why I entered in the customer master, and let me create a sales order for this, and let's see if the text is copied. Okay, go to VAO1. Okay, so now the way how you see in the sales order, you will have text at the header level and also at the item level. Okay, for header level, click here. There are multiple ways. Again, you click here, it will take you. Okay, or you can directly go to header text, it will directly take you to the text tab. Okay, now if you see, if I go to special delivery instructions, so I see this special delivery instructions directly copied from customer master. Okay, similarly you can have text. Okay, similarly you can have text at the item level also. So you can have different, if you see, the text types here are different from the text types that you're seeing at the header level. Okay, so you can configure system in such a way to have different types of text at the header and at the item. Okay, so text you use it, business partners often exchange various instructions during the course of a sales process. So examples are shipping instructions, special packing instructions, special delivery instructions. Okay, all this information is captured in text. Okay, the text can be maintained in customer master, customer material info records. This is one important concept I didn't discuss. I'll do it now, right after completing this. Customer material info records. Okay, so similarly sales documents, you can do it at a header and item level. Again, delivery you can do it at a header and item, billing documents, pricing records. Okay, in all these places you can maintain text. Okay, so if you have some repetitive text in a customer master, you maintain it in the customer master so that it will automatically copy into your sales order. Okay, the text from sales order will be copied to delivery and eventually into the billing document. Okay, now like as I showed you, you can maintain text in the customer master at three different levels. You can maintain general data text, you can maintain company code data text, and also for the you can also maintain for sales area data. Okay, and you need to go to extras and text to enter the free form of text. Okay, now let's see how we can configure those texts. Okay, say your client asks you to create new text types, so how do you do it? Okay, again the path is text determination. Okay, the path will be again in the basic functions tab. All the concepts that I will be discussing today are in the basic functions tab. Okay, so you go to text control here. Okay, this is where we are going to do the configuration. Okay, go to define text types. Okay, the concept itself is very simple, but only thing is little bit the confusion is with the names that SAP uses. Okay, text types and text IDs. The first thing is let's do one at a time, and let's first see the text type. Let me create a text type. So these are all the different objects for which you can create text. You can create for a customer. You can create central text is your general data, contact person, sales and distribution, your sales view. Similarly, info records, which I will be discussing. Similarly, pricing, your condition records, sales documents, delivery, billing document, shipment. Okay, so these are all the places where you can configure your text. Now let me first create. Okay, so these are your all the ones that you are seeing here are different text types. Let me create a new text type. Okay, I'll go to central text. So I just go to new entry and say ZA01, and I'll say Apple special okay, this guy is AT&T order instructions. Okay, so this is your text object or your text type that I created for central text. That is important. For central text I created a new text type. Now basically what I'm trying to do is, okay, here in the general data tab, if you go to text, I'm trying to add one more text type here. Okay, similarly how the special packing instructions is there, I want to add one more. Okay, for that, first thing that I did is I came into this text type configuration and I created the new text type. So the next thing that I have to do is I have to assign that text type that I created to this list. Okay, so again we are doing central text. Go to change mode here. Okay, 01 is the standard one that SAP gives. So let me copy it and I'll say ZA. Okay, so if you select this and it will you go to text IDs. So here you have all the different text IDs. So if you see sales note, accounting note, marketing note. Okay, I want to add one more. So I go to new entries and I will say sequence number is 120 and the text ID that I created now, and save it. Okay, say I don't want some of this. Okay, I'll rather delete those. Again the same concept. You have a text determination procedure. Okay, again similar to how you have a pricing procedure, similar to how you have a free goods procedure, and in that procedure you have, in a pricing procedure you have condition types. Okay, in a text determination procedure you have text types. These are my text types. Okay, I created the text type at the first step and I assigned the text type to my text determination procedure. Okay, now the last step is you have to assign this text determination procedure to your customer account group. Okay, all these all these text will have to be assigned to a key. Customer master, you assign it to your customer account group. Okay, your 001 sold to party, shipped to party. Your sales document header text, you have to assign it to your sales document type. Okay, sales document item level, you have to assign it to your item category. Similarly, delivery header, you have to assign it to your delivery type. Similarly, delivery item, you assign it to a delivery item category. The same with billing documents and pricing condition records. Okay, now I created a text determination procedure which has some text types. Now let me go to the text pricing procedure assignment, and so I am assigning the text determination procedure that I created. Okay, now let me go and try to create a customer again, and let me see how the general texts are. Okay, I'm just going to an existing customer, and I'm going to extras and texts. Okay, now if you see a new text type added in the general, in central text, which is your general data type. So if you go to sales area data, you will not be seeing that. Okay, you will not be seeing that text here. So if you have to add something here, you have to add it. So let's see. Let's add one more text type to the sales and distribution tab. So if I have to add a text type to the sales and distribution tab, so I just select here and go to the text type again. Okay, observe the text object type. Earlier it was KNA1, and you should remember KNA1 is your customer master table. Okay, customer master general data table is KNA1. KNVV is the customer master sales view table. Okay, these are database tables. Now I am creating a new one, says EAO1, and AT&T special packing instructions. Okay, you created your text type. Now the next step is you have to assign this text type to the text determination procedure. Okay, you just select it, change, and let's create a new one. So I say ZA, and if you go to text IDs, okay, say I don't want some of these, I'll delete. Okay, and I'll add the new one, so 150 and ZA. Okay, so this is the text ID that I created, and you added this text ID to a text determination procedure ZA. Now the last step is you have to assign this text determination procedure to the to your account group. Okay, now let see here. Now for sales text you are seeing all these text, right? Now let me come back and see. Okay, I'm in the sales view, extras and text. See, now because I deleted some of those and I added a new one, so I'm adding some special packing instructions for AT&T. Okay, AT&T requires that SIM cards are packed into the homes before delivering to their stores. Okay, so that's how you configure the customer master text. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so now we saw how we configure customer master text. Now let's see how we can configure sales document text. So if you know how you configure sales document text, all the remaining are exactly similar. Okay, so I'll show you how you can configure sales document header text. Okay, again same steps, nothing different. So I want to configure sales document header text. So I select sales document header and I create the new text types that I want to add. So I'll create ZAO1. This is the special packing instruction, and ZAO2 I'll say as internal note to the plant flow. Okay, and one other important thing is, if you want the text in the customer master sales view to be automatically copied into your sales order, the text ID the text type has to be the same. Okay, if you remember, even in the customer master I created the packing instructions with the same text type ZAO1. Okay, now even in the sales order header I have to create it with the same name. So only in that case SAP will automatically copy the text from customer master into the sales document. Okay, I don't have it here, let me write that down. If customer master sales text have to be automatically copied over into sales order, the text type has to be the same. Okay, now I created two different text types. Now let me go back again, and let me add that to my sales order. Okay, same I am in the header and go to change mode here. Okay, so again the text procedure is nothing but this text procedure. Always in all this condition technique, eventually you assign the procedure to a key. Okay, here in this case you assign the procedure to your sales order type or your order type. Okay, let me copy and create a new one. I'll say ZA. Okay, I'll add a new entry because I want to see these are all the texts that are there currently. Okay, if you go to text tab here, okay, so these are all the texts that are available. So let me add a new one. Okay, I'll say ZAO1 and I'll add one more ZAO2. These are the new texts that I want to add. Okay, if you want to maintain text as mandatory, okay, kind of your log of incomplete items. So if you want to make a text as mandatory, so then you select this text is obligatory. Okay, so this is the sequence in which you want to do it. So I'll say 18 and 20. Okay, let me come back to this. Okay, now you define your text IDs. The next step that you have to do is this is the only difference between customer master text and your sales document text. Okay, you will have also access sequence here. Okay, so I'll say access sequence 80 for packing text. Okay, you can either create a new one or it will be easier to you, so if you can just copy one that is already there. Okay, just name something. See, now here in this access sequence you are basically telling the system from where, okay, in this access sequence you are telling the system from where you want to copy the text. Okay, KNVB, like as I told, it's your customer master sales view. From KNVB I want to copy it from ZA01. Okay, so now whenever you create a sales order, so the text that is there in customer master, whatever this ZA01 is, so it will be automatically copied into your sales order. Okay, so similarly I'll create one more. I'll say 81. Okay, so if you want the system to copy, say for this I don't want to copy it from customer master. Okay, I want it, I want the user, because this is an internal sales note, I want the user to enter it automatically. So this is my internal sales note. So now you go to your text procedure that you created. And here you just enter the access sequences that you did. So 80 and 81. Okay, now the last step is for your sales order type, you assign your text determination procedure ZA. Okay, so if you think of it as in the other way, so whenever you create a sales order, so whenever you enter your sales order type, so that's when the system knows what are all the text that it has to pick. Okay, so now it knows that the text determination procedure for that sales order is ZA. Now it will come to this text determination procedure here. Okay, now so it will automatically show all these text in the sales order header. Okay, so it will show all these text. Now for this text, for example, the one that I created, I told in this access sequence, I told that the source of this text is customer master sales view ZAO1 text. Okay, so if there is anything there, it will show up in the sales header text screen. If not, it will be blank. And ZAO2, I don't have any prior reference, so this will be automatically blank. Okay, now let's go to customer master and sales view and extras and text. Okay, now I have some special packing instructions for this guy. Now let me create a sales order and let's see if the texts are automatically copied. Okay, you don't need to enter the material also. Now if you go to text here, okay, if you see the special packing instructions, they are automatically copied from the customer master. Okay, this internal note, in the access sequence for this internal note, I didn't give any prior reference. Okay, that's why it's blank. So here in the sales order, the user can enter anything. Okay, so if you save it, and if again in the delivery also, if you use the same text IDs, all this information will be copied over into the delivery, and from there on it will be copied into the invoice also. Okay, so that's how you do this text determination. So again the same thing, delivery also, you go to text type, you can create any text types that you want, and you come back, you go to change mode, and here in your text procedure, which you assign it to your delivery type, you assign this text procedure, and these are all the list of texts that are there in the text procedure. Okay, so you select it, and if you go here, these are all the list of texts. Okay, in the access sequence, you can specify if the system wants to copy from customer master, or if the system wants to copy from sales document header. Okay, that is about the text determination. Even these two tabs are similar. So for text determination, I always use the first one. So from the first one, you can do everything. Okay, so define and assign text determination procedure also takes you to the same screen. So just select the first one. If you go to the right, you can define the first text types, and then you come to change mode and you can assign those. Okay, so any questions? If not, we'll take a break and we'll get back in 10-15 minutes. Okay, yeah, so the copy control, yeah, it will work, but you have to maintain the same text ID, and you have to maintain in these access sequences. So basically in the access sequence here, you are telling what is the source from which it has to copy the text. Okay, yeah, but to your I don't know if you're referring in the actual copy control configuration, you don't control this text. Okay, the text copying, you control it from this text control itself. Okay, you are telling the system in the access sequence, for example, you can tell if something is available in sales order, copy it from there. If not, if nothing is available in the sales order, your next step in the access sequence is you can tell the system to take it from KNVV sales or KNVV customer master. Okay, so that's how you can define an access sequence. Okay, let's get back at 12:10. So then I'll do customer material info records, which is a simple concept, and then I'll do partner determination, and if I have time I'll do material determination also. Okay, let's get back at 12:10 then. Thanks.